We welcome to the show, Kabaka Pyramid. How's it going?
I'm good, giving thanks, enjoying London. Having a good time, just chilling.
Great. So what can you tell us about your latest single, Make Things Work?
Well, this one is out a few weeks now. It's doing well. It's a roots reggae song, heavy roots, live rhythm, produced by Damian Marley and Young Paul. It's kickstarting the rollout for my second album that I'm doing with Damian Marley. Very proud of this song. It's getting great reception. It's really inspired by, people who are working in situations but maybe not getting the credit that they deserve, or getting paid what they deserve. And it's really just a song to inspire them to keep at it and keep working hard, keep believing in yourself and what you're doing.
And then good things will happen.
Yeah, for sure.
So what can you tell us about the album that's going to be coming out soon, hopefully?
Well, yeah, very excited about it. It's 100% produced by Damian Marley. And like just there's much growth for me as an artist with this project. We're looking forward to dropping a few singles before the album releases, hopefully in August. And some really heavy songs, some nice collaborations. We're still waiting on a few verses from some collabs to come in, but more or less the album is pretty much finished. Just songs need to be mixed and stuff. So definitely looking forward to this.
Great. So when's that going to drop? Any idea?
Yeah, we're hoping for August this year.
August. Oh, great. We'll look forward to that. Your new mixtape, Immaculate, has you collaborating with many artists, many great artists. What was it like putting it together?
It was good. I mean, the thing about the Immaculate Mixtape was I recorded a bunch of songs during the pandemic, and we were in lockdown during curfews in Jamaica, and all we could do was really just stay and make music. I was recording a lot of these songs at home at my home studio. A lot of collaboration. I had some songs that were just sitting there that we didn't release. And we just wanted to put out some music. So, we linked up with Max Blaze out of New York, sent him a bunch of songs, and he kind of picked the ones that he liked and I wanted to go on the mixtape. And then, we just did some dub plates and he put together some skits. It was just a good vibe. I was in Jamaica, he was in New York, but actually flew up to New York for a bit, and we did some dubplate recording at his studio. And from there he just put everything else together.
Yeah, and that must have been, well, kind of a lifeline, really, that you could do that during everything that was happening.
Yeah, for sure. It was really a relief for us to be able to put out some music. There was so much going on at the time, and it was a blessing, and people, it was really well received. It was a free project, of course, being a mixtape, so, people got to get their hands on it, YouTube, SoundCloud, all of that. And then we released a bunch of the songs that were on the mixtape as singles in the upcoming months after the mixtape, so that was good too.
Great. So you have a gig in Leicester at the weekend, and then after that you have 7 concerts in the US, part of your West Coast tour. How much are you looking forward to it?
Yeah, it's good. It's actually, this one is the East Coast. We did the West Coast US in April. So we'll be on the East Coast. Some of the shows will be with Stephen Marley, which will be great. And yeah, definitely looking forward to it. Looking forward to Leicester on Saturday. I heard that there's a real strong reggae community there. So actually, it will actually be my second time doing a show in Leicester, to be honest. So we're definitely looking forward to reconnecting with the fans there, and looking forward to our good vibes. Drop some new music and such.
Yeah. And so have you been doing a lot of gigs recently, or is this, how soon has it been?
No, we've been touring since the end of March, really. We had a little break before this UK run. But yeah, we've been doing quite a bit of shows. I was on the road in the US for a month on the West Coast. And we're going back, we're here in the UK for like 10 days doing 2 shows, and then we have those shows on the East Coast for about 2.5 weeks. So yeah, we're pretty much touring since the end of March.
It must be great being back on the road again.
Yeah, definitely. It's great to see things almost getting back to normal, because we went on tour last year, August, and that was still right in the middle of the pandemic. Maybe towards the latter part, but it was still, things were still happening. A lot of restrictions were still there. We had to be getting tested before most of the shows and all of that. So being back on the road this year is closer to back before the pandemic, so it's good to reconnect with the fans and see everybody that been waiting for the music for so long to come out, finally get out and get to experience good music.
Yeah, there's nothing like live music, is there?
Yeah,
especially
for sure.
reggae.
Yeah, definitely.
The tune I really enjoyed from you was Nice Up the Dance from 2020. What are your memories of that time?
Yeah, that was good. We did the song. I believe the song was recorded from 2019. So it wasn't like a pandemic recording, but we were able to shoot the video in the early days of the pandemic and get it out. So it was a nice breather, it was a nice refresher too, even before the mixtape, to get that song out, and everybody loved it from it came out. Everybody think that I did a good job of, recreating that vibe from Michigan and Smiley. And obviously Jeremy Harden did a great job recreating the rhythm. He did all the production himself, recorded all the tracks and instruments himself for that remake of the rhythm. And yeah, it was definitely well received. The video, everybody loves the vibes, the outfits, everything in the video. It's just a real old school vibe.
Yeah, big tune. And another tune from you that I like is Reggae Music, which has over 12 million views on YouTube now. Did you know how big that song would be when you recorded it?
No, I didn't know how big it would be. I mean, I knew it was a really nice song. That was my thinking at the time. And I guess it just grew and grew and grew and just never stopped growing. And it's not just it's not just the video, because when I check other streaming platforms and stuff, it's like the number one streaming song from the album, just right across the board. And people definitely took to the song. Like a lot of sound systems request that song and dub play it. A similar thing with Nice Up the Dance too. They kind of fill the same gap in the music, you know what I mean? That old school reggae dancehall vibe. And yeah, definitely a big one, the most successful song from the Contraband album for sure.
Yeah, it was great. I thought it was great. So with the new album, is it going to be on a similar vibe to that, or is it a bit of everything? What can you tell us about the new album?
Yeah, it kind of has a different vibe. I feel it has a more mature vibe than Contraband. Um, yeah, the songwriting is a bit more focused, I think. Sorry. And the product really great. Like, I think even Damian will tell you that he's stepped up a lot as a producer. And I think myself as a vocalist and a songwriter really expanding, my range and just the topics, a wider range of topics and subject matters in the songs, So definitely looking forward to the reception.
So with the songs, that some of the songs, they have a lot of deep meaning, or?
Yeah, I mean, for sure, there's definitely a few with some very deep meaning. Some it's just more. I would say the thing about it is, like, all ages can appreciate the songs. So it's not like a lot of the songs are for young people or for old people or what, or they're too deep or they're too light. It's a balance of a lot of that for me, for sure.
Great. And who are some of your influences? Who are some of the artists you admire?
Definitely, even Damian Marley, who I've been working with, has been one of my major influences growing up. Him and his brother Stephen Marley. Sizzler has been a huge influence on me, especially my journey as a Rasta youth. You know, his music is really what brought me to this culture and this vibration of Rastafari. And Peter Tosh too has a strong, has had a strong influence on my career and my upbringing too. Obviously, Bob Marley, Dennis Brown, Aine Kamoze, Black Uhuru, even some rappers like Wu-Tang Clan and Nas, Mos Def, Black Thought from the Roots, Common. These are all lyricists that I really listen to and have been influenced by over the years, for sure.
Great. Well, we're looking forward to seeing you in Leicester this weekend, and you're off to America. It's been great to speak to you.
Yeah, man. Thank you. You too.